day one. I'm just setting off from camp. Feeling pretty good. I got some water. I got a good kayak. Yeah, I got everything I need. Gonna go search for some wildlife. Here's a fun kayak tip. Kayaks are actually little boats that can carry one or more people. And you sit in them and you can use paddles to get around literally on top of water. Hour 2 into my kayak journey. So far I haven't really seen anything, but the weather is nice. Spirits are still high. Just another kayaking tip. If you lose your paddle, you're pretty much screwed. Now approaching hour 5 into my journey. Haven't seen any moose yet. Before I went on this kayaking journey, I went down to the local watering hole, and one of the locals down there told me to beware of the snapping turtles. Of course, at the time I thought, okay, that's strange, but then he showed me he only had 3 toes on his left foot, and now I don't know what to think. Hour 8 into my journey, and I thought my motor died, but then I realized I just stopped paddling. So once I started paddling again, I was able to get back on their way. Apparently, there's no motor in a kayak. Hour 12 into my journey to find the elusive moose. I've heard about this creature, but no one's ever actually seen one before, so I'm excited to be the first. Try not to fall asleep while you paddle, because you may run into things. Like, I just recently ran into this island that just kind of popped up right in front of me, because apparently I fell asleep. So we're coming up on hour 13, and there's really no place to go to the bathroom out here in the woods. So that's going to start getting to be a serious issue pretty soon. If you're a person who doesn't like to be alone for an extended period of time, don't go in a kayak, because there's literally no one to talk to, and you'll just end up making stupid little videos. Not too much going on out here, other than there's some loons on the water over there. And apparently you're not allowed to go within 100 feet of the loons. So they're kind of in my way, so I think I just have to sit here until they leave. Well, it's my second day of kayaking here, and I've seen a lot of fish pop up and down out of the water, which has been really delightful. Unfortunately, I don't have any fishing gear, so I'm still kind of hungry at this point. We're well into day 3 on my journey. There's a little island behind me here where I took shelter for the night. Still haven't seen any moose or any other wildlife of note, although I did see a snapping turtle a little earlier. So that was exciting. My hunt continues. Alright, so if you're going to be on a kayak journey for any amount of time, you're going to want to bring water and food. I know this because I did not bring any water and food, and now I'm very thirsty. I wish I had brought some food and or water. So the thing about kayaking is, though, even though you're on the kayak for a long time, you think, oh, there's some land, I'm gonna go pee, but really there's just nowhere to actually get off and go pee. So you just kind of have to hold it in, which I'm concerned might lead to some bladder problems later on in my life, but that's just the way it is. Day 2, and I've just discovered this beaver dam over here. That is a beaver dam. It looks like a big pile of sticks, but really it's like a little house in there with furnishings and tables and chairs. The beavers live in there. They go in from underneath, so you can't really see them, which is kind of a bummer. But we know they're in there. You hear them making dinner. It smells like chicken. So while I am waiting for this beaver to come out of its dam that he built here, here's a fun fact I learned about beavers. They look very docile and cute, but they will be the first to just smack you on the back of the head if they get the opportunity. So never take your eyes off of a beaver. So I just learned if you actually stand up to pee over the side of your kayak, the kayak will literally flip over. Now when you see a beaver in the wild, you're going to want to introduce yourself using your last name first. It's a sign of respect in their culture. Beavers are not really busy as a beaver, because the ones I've met are all quite lazy. Here's a fun fact about insects. There are tens of thousands of them, and they all want to bite your face. When you're sitting waiting for a beaver to appear at a beaver dam, always make sure to be really quiet, otherwise they will come up behind you and hit you in the back of the head. Thank God for garbage, because I found this water bottle that someone had thrown out apparently a few years ago, and it's really the only thing keeping me going at this point. Cool thing about beavers is that when you're sitting at a dam waiting for one to emerge, they just don't. Like, they know you're here, and they won't show themselves no matter how long you sit here. Stupid little beaver just came and stole my hat. So now I'm trying to track down this beaver so I can get my hat back. Alright, I got my hat back. The beaver let it go after pooping in it, I think, to send me a message, but anyway, I washed it out. I'm not gonna sit by the beaver dam anymore. I think I'm gonna head back to see if I can find the dock. The proverbial fork in the road. Do I go left, which looks like the path less taken, or do I go right, which looks a lot easier? I think we'll go right. So after a day and a half of paddling, I've come to what appears to be some kind of dam. It must be a beaver dam or something in the middle of the road. So I can't really go that way anymore. So I think I'm gonna have to go back the way I came, which was a day and a half of wasted paddling. So there's that. Alright, don't forget to like and subscribe. I seriously think a beaver made this dam just to mess with me. So here's a cool thing I learned about the state of Maine. If you are sitting in a kayak in the state of Maine on any public body of water, the sun will literally burn your skin if you don't have on sunscreen, which I don't. Alright, I think it's what day am I on? Day 1? 1.5? I don't know. I feel like I've been out here a long time though. It might be the first week. Thanks to that poorly constructed dam that beaver built, I'm now headed back up out of the marshlands and back into the lake. The hunt for moose continues. If I ever see that beaver though, I'm gonna punch it in the face. I really don't know where I am, and it makes me wish I told somebody that I was actually going kayaking. Pro tip, when you're going kayaking, always tell someone you've left to go kayaking so they know to come look for you when you inevitably don't return. So when you make stupid YouTube videos, always remember to hold the camera at different angles. Day 5 of this adventure, and I don't know where I am. Apparently, this lake has no end to it. Maybe it's a river? Couldn't even tell ya. Alright, I made it back to what passes for civilization in these parts. I think I'm married to that one. And then, yeah, it's been a good adventure. A few days out on the water. It was nice.